Who's next? 210.
Okay, ma'am.
Ponder
the blood.
next 3, and we'll stop.
All right. Ponder the blessed verse. Set the meaning of the words.
There is neither a thing green nor sere, but it is noted in the unerring book, the Quran.
May be imprinted upon the tablet of thy heart. Notwithstanding, a multitude bear him allegiance.
They have rejected the Moses of knowledge and justice and clung to the Samiri of ignorance.
They have turned away their eyes from the day star of truth, which shineth in the divine and everlasting heaven, and have utterly ignored its splendor.
You know all the reference of Samiri, everybody?
No, actually.
Okay, so remember in the Moses time, there was a guy who's called a magician in the scriptures who created the golden calf.
Yes.
Yes, that's Samiri. His name is Samiri in the Quran, right? So the story is very potent and happens in every dispensation, and we should have our eyes open to such things. He, literally speaking, the story was, of course, it's allegorical in meaning, that when Moses was gone for 40 days to the mountain to receive the tablets, behind him, he gave his brother Aaron the charge of the community. It was during these days when this guy rose up. He was one of the religious leaders. So he tells everybody that, you know, Moses is gone. He might as well be dead. He's not coming back. So what are you going to do? Who you going to worship? You don't have anything in hand, really. So he asked all those who kind of were perplexed to gather all the gold that they have. And then he created a furnace and a golden calf. And because he had some magic, he blew at it and the calf spoke. It was a golden calf made of gold and it bleated, right? Because it bleated because of that, pay attention and tell me what allegory you're understanding out of this. Because it bleated, the people prostrated and worshiped the calf. So when Moses comes back and sees this, remember the story, Moses throws the tablets down and they get broken, and he's mad at his brother, and he asks his brother why he let them do this to worship a false god. And the brother says he was afraid of disunity of the people, right? So then Moses asks the Samari, why did you do it? Because Samari is one of the believers, by the way, okay? He's not some outsider that had beguiled them into this. Why did you do this? You knew, why would you create a false god when God forbids it, right? Thou shalt not worship any false gods, one of the 10 commandments. So Samari says this, and pay heed to this. Samari says, during one of the time of revelation, when Gabriel, because for Moses too, it was Gabriel that brought the messages of God. When Gabriel was leaving after delivering his God's message to Moses, he said he saw him. And when he was departing, Samari says, when he was departing, I grabbed a handful of dust from its hooves. That's what I sprinkled on the golden calf, and it bleated. And people bought it. And they prostrated. Why he did that was because he was very tempted. What was he tempted with? We already have covered that in the book. Tempted with ignorance and power over people, do my own thing. God, I know God says, do not create false images, but I'll do that anyway. What is the allegory of the dust of the hoofs of Gabriel's horse? You would always notice that every time a community changes its direction and goes haywire, it's not total falsehood. It's always somebody who's leading with certain little amount of truth into it. That's your miracle there, right? Oh, if you do this, you'll get that. You do get that little something. While you are what? You're getting with the raven and ignoring the rose and the nightingale. You're ignoring the whole of the scripture and everything else that is as your goal, but you got this little thing. And because you got that little thing, you follow this falsehood. false gods. What is false god? It wasn't really a physical calf, right? This guy was luring them into his own understanding, his own teachings, which was absolutely contrary to the actual truth. But he did sprinkle it with some truth, right?
Yes.
Very, very potent story and extremely eye-opening. Baha'u'llah says that we create our own ta'ghuts as well. Ta'ghut is that golden calf. So be always mindful for what golden calves are you creating, or somebody's creating for you and you're following them.
Wow.